Stephanie of Leafscape Designs. I'm a qualified horticulturalist and garden designer. We have been going to residential and commercial properties for 10 years now. As well as creating 2D and 3D designs on computer, we also go to residential and commercial properties to talk about maintenance, general plant health, and disease and pest control. We create a list for you to follow throughout the year or specific season. Today in this episode, we're off to Glenmore Park to combine garden design and horticultural information. I'll be showing you our thought process when designing a planting plan for the already existing garden spaces. The brief entailed was to use the 10-year-old existing concrete edging that's still in perfect condition. The clients Rod and Nicole were undecided about keeping their existing standard rose plants, but knew they wanted to keep at least some of the hedging either side for privacy. I will take you through the planting plan that we'll be using and their placement. Then I will show you how to best prune your roses for the very important winter prune and briefly describe rose plant maintenance throughout the year. Hi, we're here in Glenmore Park, about 45 kilometres west of Sydney, near the foot of the Blue Mountains in New South Wales. Last week I came here to do a garden design for this front yard. This front yard already has some garden beds in place, and they wanted to keep those garden beds but replant them to provide more colour and more greenery in the spaces provided already. They already had these rose plants and they were undecided whether they wanted to keep them or not, and they also knew they wanted taller plants either side to link in with their tall two-storey house. Usually if you've got a shorter house, short planting is fine, but if you've got a taller house, you'll usually need the taller plants either side at least to link in with the land around. So I've come up with a design using most of the plants on either side of the property and using these roses as well, just because the roses are a standard variety, meaning that they're the lollipop shape with the bare stem and then the bush on top. That creates a little bit of height that links in well with the house behind. Here is the design we configured for Glenmore Park. This plan is to scale at 1 to 100 on A4 paper, which equals 1 centimetre equals 1 metre, or you can use the bar scale on the bottom to measure. Each numbered point equals 1 metre. First, starting with the side boundaries, the clients are happy with the right side at 2 metres tall. This is our viburnum tinus hedge and Michellio figo at the front. The Michelia is kept to a spherical shaped canopy raised above the ground. The house is tall, so these heights link in well. The other side needs to match in with this for visual consistency. On the left side, the front two Buxus plants parallel with the road and the two conifers behind cramp up and visually block the space. We agreed to move this so we could fit in pretty plants with more space apart. The Buxus hedge here was cut back a little to help new growth come back and fill in the holes. Hedges always look like this when cut back, but give it a few months, they will grow back and look better than ever. The Buxus is a perfect thick hedge, but won't grow as tall as the right side. So to match in with the spherical raised canopy of the Michelia on the right side, we will use the neat teardrop shaped small tree of Magnolia teddy bear and another long flowering plant. We chose a standard grevillea. So now on the left boundary, we have 3 feature small trees, the grevillea being the most colourful. Repeating heights or shapes in threes is a great number for design. As part of the design process, we always conduct a consultation with the clients to find out types of plants, theme and colours, as well as how much and type of maintenance they foresee doing. Loropetalum plum gorgeous plants are used to add all year round colour and match in with the surrounding warm tones of the driveway and facade. This maroon purple colour also cancels out the orange tones of the driveway and facade. Again, 3 plants were placed in an evenly separated placement in the garden beds. Then, to help the garden beds link together even more, we lined the front of the planting space with 3 types of smaller plants and alternating them in groups of 3 all along the front of the garden beds, over to the other side of the driveway under the michelia, making a neat cohesive placement. Usually alternating 1-for-1 plant along garden beds creates a messy look, but alternating groups creates a neat cohesive look. Lastly, we filled the spaces left over in the middle of the garden beds with a bright flowering plant called catmint, making sure to plant at least 1 catmint on the driveway side for visual consistency. These plants grow to a certain size only, as the plant list shows, which reduces maintenance quite considerably. There are also other ways we can reduce maintenance issues and tie up loose ends by adding in stepping stones for access and placing an edge for the grass around the letterbox, making a clean, finished look. As you can see, just changing the planting plan of a space can make a huge impact. It is not always necessary to remove whole garden beds. You can usually work in with them, or just expand or decrease what you have already. Hopefully these simple tips will help you with your front yard space or garden space, or you can follow the links below to Leafscape Design's social pages and website and book a consultation in with us. The best time to do this is mid-July to mid-August. If you're interested in this, it's easier to watch out for my next video by liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell so you are alerted for my next videos. Bye for now.